morning, all of you. We will continue with the literature chapter Detectives 2. Alright, and we have started the story yesterday, and we are on page number 55. So turn your books to page number 55, and we have followed the story thus far that two siblings, brother sister, they come to the village of their maternal grandparents to to spend the summer vacation, and on the way they saw that Hari Swami's house was on fire. So Appu, the one who came to pick them up from the bus stop, he ran away through the shortcuts, and then the children, they reach home, they meet their grandmother, and then grandfather comes back, and so he tells about what loss has been done to the building because of the fire. And the last thing that we did was that at that time Appu, he came running in, and his face was all pale, means whitish, and face has lost color, like when you are really scared or frightened or troubled. So his face was looking like that, and his eyes also were means they seemed that he was in some mental trouble or trauma, and so his eyes also were like looking like haunted, and he straight away went to Tatha, and he felt on the ground, touched his feet, and said that grandmaster, my elder brother Suku, police has taken him. And why police has taken him? Because police has said that Suku had set fire to Hari Swami's house, and they had taken him because there was a matchbox in his pocket. And so he was so troubled, he was not even able to speak properly, so he spoke all this in broken sentences. So we have done till here yesterday. Let's continue today, and so Iram, read.
Yes, ma'am. But why? Tata raised his eyebrows. Yesterday, Hari Swami checked the store. A bag of paddy was damaged. He blamed Sukku, shouted at him, slapped him once. Sukku did not say a word, but his face glum. He turned away, growling. Appu became a little more coherent.
Okay, so
The police will find out the truth. I will tell Inspector.
yes, complete the sentence.
Ma'am, your voice is breaking.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, your voice is not audible.
Beta, might be some network issues, cannot do anything about it, just be patient. Okay, Iram, you read the whole sentence.
The police will find out the truth. I will tell Inspector Kureen not to be too harsh with Sukku. That is all I can do, Tata.
Okay, so when Appu, he told this whole story, so Tatha was like that why, means why he did like that. So he tells the story that yesterday Hari Swami, he was checking the store, and a bag of paddy, it was damaged, and so he blamed Suku for that. He shouted out at him and also slapped him, and though Suku, he did not say a word, but his face was glum, means his face was sad, and he turned away growling, means he made the sound like an angry animal. So when a dog is angry, or when some animal is angry, the sound that they made, so he made a growling sound and turned away, but Suku did not say anything. So that is why Hari Swami, he thought that because he had slapped him yesterday, so that is why Suku had set fire there. And Appu became a little coherent, means saying this, he became a little coherent, means he was not able to speak clearly and properly and logically, so means he was mumbling something which was not very clear. So Tata said that the police, they will find out what really happened, what the truth was, but he said that okay, I will tell Inspector Kurian that he will not be very harsh with Suku, and he said that is all I can do. Why? Because now the matter was in the hands of the police. So obviously he cannot do much now. Okay, Ahana, read.
Ma'am, I am in the car.
Okay, okay, all right. Mahira, you read.
Poor Sikku. Do not run, no worry. Appu broke down. That was when something clicked in my mind. When the fire began with the haystack. Dry hay catches fire readily. In infallible say this English language.
Okay, Mahira, we are not able to hear you.
Ma'am, Iram?
मैं married
Ma'am,
Yes, Karthik.
Poor Sukku, done no wrong. Appu broken down. That was when something ticked in my mind and I mumbled. The fire began with the haystack. Dry hay catches fire deeply. It is highly inflammable. Strange this English language. Flammable should do, but no anything that catches fire easily is inflammable. I poked Sunita in the ribs. When she turned towards me, I signaled signaled her to come with me to the veranda. She caught the flash in my eye and followed me meekly. Do you think Sukku is innocent? I asked.
So, Apu, he said, but poor Suku, he has done nothing wrong, and he broke down means he started to cry, and that is when something tickled in the mind, not tickled, ticked in the mind of the mind means some thought struck his mind, and he mumbled. Mumbled means say something softly and not very clear, so unclearly and softly, and so it means he was simply mumbling. And he was saying that the fire, it began with the haystack. So hay, all right, and dry hay, it can catch fire very quickly. It is highly inflammable. So he's like inflammable. English language is also strange. The boy, he's a young boy, so though he is in serious condition, but still all this also is coming to his mind, and he's saying that though English, flammable also should do, but no, anything that catches fire in English language, it is called as inflammable. And so then, when this thought struck his mind that dry hay catches fire very, very easily, so he poked Sunita, and Sunita, his sister, looked towards him, and he signaled her to come to the veranda, and so she caught the glint in his eyes, the shine in his eyes, and followed the boy outside, his brother outside. So the boy asked his sister that, do you think Suku is innocent? Okay, Umar Ubaid?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, beta, read.
Yes, ma'am. How do I know he is 16 and at 16 one is a little too quick to take offense, she said. Appu says Suku would never have done that. I pointed out. Suku is his brother. Blood, my brother is thicker than water. Sunita paused before adding, if Suku did not do it, who did it? An invisible force, I raised out. Ridiculous, someone set fire to the haystack. Do not ask me who did that. Ask me what could have set the house on fire. I stress the word what. Who think behind this fire is an invisible force? Sunita found it hard to believe. Possibly, I do closer to her and whispered in her ears the thought uppermost in my mind. Her lower lip dropped. You mean she faltered. At the moment, it is only a theory. I am determined to test my theory. Will you come with me? Of course. Sunita clapped her hands loudly. That brought Patti to the scene. Right behind her was Appu. Have you gone mad? Patti rolled her eyes.
Okay, alright. So when the boy asked his sister that do you think Suku is innocent, so the sister Sunita is like that. How can I tell? You know he is 16, and at 16, you know people, the young ones, they take offense very quick. Means if you do something bad to them or you say something bad to them which they don't like, so you know they get hurt very easily and then they can do anything. All right, and but the boy said, but you know Appu says that Suku, he can never do anything like that. So Sunita is like, Suku is his brother, and blood, my brother, is thicker than water. Means you know relations, they can defy reality. Means even if there is something very clear, but still you know we take the sides of our relatives, of our family members only. All right, so though he says that though you know even if there might be evidences that he must have done it, but obviously he will take the side of his brother. And then Sunita paused and said that okay, even if we take for example that Suku did not do it, then if Suku did not do it, then who did it? So the boy, he said an invisible force, so very in an unpleasant manner, not a nice manner. He said an unpleasant and invisible force. So he says, why you're talking like crazy? Sound that is crazy. Ridiculous is you know something crazy. So he says, what? That is crazy. Someone obviously would have set fire to the haystack. Means otherwise, how will it catch fire? So the boy is like that. Don't ask me that who did it. Ask me what could have set the house on fire. So you know the boy stressed on the word what, not who. What means obviously a thing. Who would mean a person. So the boy was stressing that don't ask me who did it, ask me what could have done it. So the girl is like, you think there's an invisible force behind all this? So Sunita, you know, for her it was very hard to believe. And so the boy, you know, he came closer to her sister and whispered in her ear. Means something that was in his mind. So he whispered in his sister's ear, and you know the girl, when she heard it, her lower lip dropped. She was like, you know, when you are shocked, so your mouth remains open. It all right. So he was like that, and she said, "You mean?" And now means laughed loudly. When someone is amused, so she laughed loudly because that thought amused her, made her, you know, she was finding it very strange that something like that could also happen. Now what that something is, we are not told at this moment. So the boy said that right now it is only a theory. Means it is not yet proved, it is just what is in my mind. But I am determined. I have made a firm decision that I will test my theory now. And so he asked his sister that will you come with me? And Sunita, you know, now she was very happy. She was a little girl, though there was something bad happened in the house and people were sad, Appu was crying, but this thought made her so happy that she started to clap her hands loudly. And now when she started to clap her hands, already you know we have seen that Appu was already crying, his brother was taken away by the police. So grandmother Patti, she came to the scene, and behind her was Appu. And so Patti, she was like, she looked to the girl and said, are you mad? Means what are you doing? Why are you clapping? Okay, who will read now?
Can you repeat?
Meekly is humbly.
Humbly. Okay, ma'am.
Alright, in a quiet manner, gentle manner. Okay, Prakhar, read.
Okay, ma'am. Pati, we go mad every time we come here. Blame the air around the village.
Sunita lowered her voice and asked Pati, "Can we go for a walk?" Her tone now was sugary. "Take Appu along. He knows the place well." Pati gave us the green signal. Appu followed us silently. His eyes were moist. He was worried about Suku. "Cheer up, Appu. We may find some clue to the fire." "That may clear Suku." I put my arm on his shoulder and made him sense that we were with him. "You mean it?" Hope lit up his eyes. "Yes," Sunita was quick to comment. Hariswami's house was set in an acre of
Acre?
land like other acre acre of land like other houses in Kerala. Those days, coconut trees with their crowns of leaves and nuts danced in the wind. The footpath ran round, twisting round the trees. On the side stood plantains, some holding heavy bunches of bananas.
Okay.
Nobody
Alright.
stopped
Alright,
us.
sister. Okay, so when she started clapping her hands, and grandmother asked her that why you behaving like this. So she said that, grandmother, what to do? Every time we come to the village, we go mad. Maybe it is the air in the village that makes us like this. And then she softly said to her that, can we go for a walk? Means her tone was now sugary. Like, when you want your parents to give you something which you want, and so you ask in a very nice and coy manner that please and all in sugary manner. So she also asked grandmother that, Patti, can we go for a walk? All right. So grandmother said, okay, you go, but take Appu along because he knows this area well. And so Patti, she gave them the green signal, and Appu followed them silently. And obviously Appu, he was hurt, he was troubled, his eyes were moist, he was crying, and he was worried about his elder brother. So they said to him that, Appu, you cheer up, there's no need to be sad, and we will find some clue to the fire, and we might find something that may clear Suku. So he put his arm on Appu's shoulder, and just to make him realize that, don't worry, we are with you. So now, for the first time, there was hope in Appu's eyes, and he said, you mean it? And Sunita said, yes. She was very quick to comment that, yes, we are with you. Okay, now Hari Swami's house, it was set in an acre of land. So acre, is a very huge land, and so in 1 acre of land, in an acre of land, his house was set just like other houses in Kerala those days. And all around there were coconut trees, and the leaves on coconut trees, how they are just like crowns. So the coconut trees were there with leaves on it, and nuts, they were dancing in the wind. And the footpath, it ran around, and the means where you can walk, it ran twisting and winding around the trees. And on the sides of this footpath, there stood plantain
Yes, ma'am.
trees, banana trees. So they were banana trees, and some of these banana trees, they were holding very heavy bunches of bananas. Have you ever seen a banana tree?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
And
ma'am.
they are very, and when you bananas are on there, so there are very huge bunches of those bananas hanging. Seen that?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So,
ma'am.
on
Yes,
the
ma'am.
sides there were banana trees, there were plantains, and they were holding heavy bunches of bananas. Okay, now who will like to? Krishna, read.
Yes, ma'am. Nobody stopped us till we neared the spot of the mishap.
Beta, a
The
little louder.
policeman,
Be a little
the
loud.
policeman, the policeman who was still gathering evidence, gave us a stern stare. "This is no place for you," he growled. "Sorry, just tell us, when did the fire start? Any idea?" Sunita put on such a sweet face that the cop cooled down instantly. "At about 11:15, I think," he said. "Thank you." We walked off. looking out for anything that would explain the role of an outside hand in the fire. But we drew a blank. Foot goes your theory, Sunita said. While we walked back to Tata's house, I would not say that. We shall return here with a roll of old newspapers around 11 a.m. tomorrow and place it where the haystack once stood. We will then get a chance to prove our theory or to discard it, I asserted. Pati was not happy. When we set out the next day around 10:55 a.m., Appu was with us. He was downcast for the police were holding Sukku in the lockup on suspicion. Hari Mama was at the gate. We greeted him. He asked us, "When did you come?"
Okay, all right. So, nobody stopped them till the time they reached the spot where this whole thing happened. Mishap means where this accident happened. So there they were stopped by a policeman. So the policeman was there and they were still gathering evidences. So the one who was gathering evidences, he gave them a very stern gaze, a very serious and strict stare. And so he said to the children, this is not a place for small children, for little children. So the policeman said to them in an angry voice. And sorry, just let us tell us, when did the fire start? Any idea? So they said, okay, sorry to come here, but can you tell us at what time did the fire start? Any idea? And asking that, Sunita, the girl, she made such a sweet face to the policeman, means a very like, can you please tell us at what time? So again the policeman, his temper got cooled instantly, and he said that at about 11:15, I think. So they said thanks to him and they walked off, and you started to look for something that will explain that some invisible force or an outside force was there in the fire. But they were not able to find any evidence that some outside force have done this. So Sunita is like, there goes your theory. Alright, means now no proof to prove it. And so they were walking back to their grandparents' house. So the boy said that, no, I will not say that. And tomorrow we will return with a roll of old newspapers around 11 a.m. and we will place it where the haystack was one place. And then we will get a chance to prove my theory, that whether we should retain that theory or whether we should give it away, get rid of it, or whether we should discard it. Now, Pati was not happy when again, the next day the children got out of the house at 10:55 a.m. Now, Appu was also with them. Now, he was downcast. He was sad. No hope. Because, the police, they were holding Sukku in the lockup on the basis of suspicion. That, they thought that he must have done something wrong. And that is why on those charges, they were holding him up in prison. Now when the children got there, so Hari Mama, they met Hari Mama at the gate. They greeted Hari Mama, and so he asked them that, when did you come? Okay, Iram.
Yes, ma'am. Yesterday, sorry to hear about the fire. Sunita grinned. Hari Mama smiled wanly. Then he moved off, saying, I have to report the matter to the insurance company. I will see you in the evening. We moved fast towards the spot where the haystack once stood. I checked the time on the watch. It was 11:10. Hurriedly took the paper to shreds, formed a pile on the ground and waited. It took ages. Light fell on the pile, and lo, the pile burst into flames.
Okay. So the children told him that yesterday we came here and we are sorry to hear about the fire. So Hari Mama, he smiled wanly, means see the meaning? Means obviously his smile was not full of enthusiasm and not a very lively smile, because there was so much on his mind. And he says that, okay, I have to go, I have to report the matter to the insurance company, so I will see you children in the evening. Now the children, they moved towards the spot where the haystack was once kept, and they checked the time on the watch. It was 11:10, and the fire started at 11:15. So fastly, very quickly, hurriedly, very quickly, they tore the paper in small pieces, formed a pile on the ground, means the pile of these torn paper, and they waited. And to them it appeared that they waited for years, for ages, and then a flash of light, it fell on the pile, and lo, the pile of paper, it burst into flames. Okay, who will like to read now?
Ma'am,
Karthik. Married Karthik.
Yes.
Married Karthik.
Ma'am, Miram.
Married Karthik. Married Krishna.
Who
Married Karthik.
Ram.
Married
Who would like to read?
Ma'am Karthik. Ma'am married Krishna. Ma'am married.
Okay, Karthik. carry
Ma'am,
on.
Miram.
There it goes. I could not contain my joy, Sunita, and I traced the direction of the light to its source. We noticed a broken piece of glass, hard and tough and cylindrical, embedded in the ground. Only a small section of it stood above the ground. It caught the sun rays and sent them back. At around 11:15, the rays of the sun came at an angle and focused on the pile of paper. There is your culprit, Sunita told Appu. We did not disturb the piece of glass. We needed it to hold another demonstration the next day to prove Suku's innocence. We did that beyond a shadow of doubt, and we were hailed as detectives too.
All right. And so, as soon as that pile of torn papers, it got into flames, so the boy, he could not contain his joy. He was very happy because now he proved his theory. So both the children, they traced that from where this light was coming. They tried to trace the source of the light, and they noticed that there was a broken piece of glass which was very hard and tough and cylindrical in shape, and it was embedded, means it was firm, it was fixed firmly in the ground somewhere, and only a small section of the glass can be seen above the ground, and the rest was under the ground. And what happened, this glass, it caught the rays of the sun and sent them back, and at around 11:15, the rays of the sun, they came at such an angle, they formed such an angle and focused on the pile of paper. So Sunita told Appu that, see, this is your culprit. And so the children, they did not disturb the piece of glass. Why? Because they needed it for another demonstration the next day, so that they can prove that Suku was innocent and he has not done anything wrong. And the next day, obviously, they were able to prove without any doubt that how the fire started, and both the children, they were praised as the two detectives. Have you ever tried this? Burning a paper?
No, ma'am.
Never?
No, ma'am.
Never?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Okay, like I have tried when I was a student, so I tried doing that with my brothers and all. So with, even if you have a lens, that also helps. Through that also you can put fire to a small piece of paper. So it just depends on the angle at which the light strike the. It could be a mirror also, all right, and a lens also, and that way you can do it. You can don't, but please don't do it on my say. I thought like it was just like an experiment for us when we did it. So at that time when we were taught in school, so we did it as a form of experiment, that okay, something like that can also happen. And so the boy, he proved his theory correct, and he was able to prove that Suku was innocent, and he has not started the fire, so they were able to save the life of an innocent man. Okay, so that was the story. Did you all like the story?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So, what did you like? Means you found it interesting, or means
Ma'am,
whatever.
Ma'am, the detective
ma'am, we
says
find
one of
interesting
the
in the on
Yes,
that
ma'am.
part of the story in which the angle of the sunlight was twisted to the papers.
Okay. All right.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Karthik.
Ma'am, I know it interesting when the children know that the real culprit was the class, not the Suku.
Okay. Yes. Anyone else? Yes. The others did not like the story. Yes. Come on. You know, we
Yeah.
learn to
Yes,
speak
ma'am.
like this only.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Myra.
Ma'am, the story was interesting. Ma'am, the detective part. Ma'am, when the children were proving him
Okay, the end part of the story.
innocent. Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Ma'am, the middle part.
Okay, yes, Krishna, what did you like?
Ma'am, the middle part when his brother is happy when he's putting a head on the that oxen.
All right, when the sisters had that time.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Okay, so that is all the time we have for today, and you all can find the answers to the reference to context here, and when we meet next time, we will carry on with the question answer.